Hi everyone, hope you're doing well from wherever you're watching this channel, depending on your time zone. Now, as Kenyans, we have been questioning the issue of affordable housing. It was started by Uhuru Kenyatta, but Ruto has took it to another level where he wants to deliver a project that need to take like 10 years in 1 year. Not even in 1 year, just in 6 months' time. And when you check on the speed in which Ruto is taking this program, then you start questioning the motive behind this. And there have been serious questions about the price of these houses, the 1.5% house levy, then where they are getting land from. Those have been the contentious questions that we have never got answers. And so, Wamchomba, who has been against William Ruto's finance bill, was on Spice FM. And she was asking very critical questions about the land ownership. How is the developer acquiring land? Remember, affordable housing is being put into the hands of private developer who will come and build the houses. Then they will sell. So this is not the government project. Never. So the question is, when you come to the county government, then you ask the governor to allocate land for you for affordable housing, free of charge, without any form of agreement. Then that land you take and give to a private developer who is not paying anything. Lakini governor process title deed amekupea. The question is, after those houses have been developed, what is the role of the owner of the land? Wenyeji. Kama shamba iko Vihiga County ni ya wenyeji wa Vihiga County kupitia kwa serikali ambao wako nayo. What is their role? Zero. How much is the developer going to sell that house? Will he consider to sell it cheaper because he was given free land? The answer is no. In fact, they end up selling so much expensive compared to other private developers who do not get any favor from the government. This has been the serious questions. So with all this, Wamchomba is referring to William Ruto move as land grabbing. And Ruto is doing it on a large scale. There's no any other way to explain this. So one of the governors who have come out clear, who is a UDA governor, for your information, is the Kiambu governor, Kimani Matangi. Kimani Matangi has refused to hand over land to the national government without a proper agreement. Why am I handing over the land? What is the benefit for the people? And why a private developer who is not the government? And we know Kimani Matangi is facing a lot of issues, including MCS being incited to impeach him just because he refused to hand over the land. That is the only governor who has tried this, but the rest of governors wanakuja wanapeana kwa njia gani? What is their share? Ama kuna nini wanapata pale kama magavana? Those are the questions. So I wanted to listen to Wamchomba explaining this live on camera at Spice FM. Then we are going to conclude this discussion.
Because I still don't understand how you come to Kiambu County. My land is worth 300 million. You want me to hand you over this land without any form of agreement between you, the off-taker, and the owner. And you bring in a foreigner, and you want maybe that foreigner to be the contractor and the person to sell off these houses and take over the management of these houses in posterity. What is my role as the owner of that land? Remember, this land is valuable. So that is a very contentious issue. And the legal framework that has been managing the issue of housing, to me, is still not very clear. And I think when I said this is scandalous, I meant that there is some schemes of taking over prime land and handing that land to other players, unconstitutionally and procedurally, irregularly, and some of us, we will pay for what we are doing today in future. What will the governor of Kiambu tell the people of Kiambu? How did he hand over land to that contractor? And what is the role of county government of Kiambu in the management of those houses? What is the role of the county? Who supplies what? I want to ask you, I want to bring in a very serious issue. Let's go to Thika. We had houses that were done by the old Kiambu municipality. Those houses are occupied by county workers who pay very little rent to the county because they are county workers. You come in and tell them, move out of these houses, we demolish these houses, and we come up with fresh blocks.
Okay.
How do you tell this worker to move out? What assurance do you give him or her that when he moves out, you come up with new blocks, you are going to give him the first priority to own the house? What affordability platform do you provide for him or her? Do you provide him mortgage? Is the county government of Kiambu going to provide mortgage for those workers who are being evicted so that these houses can be built afresh? And can they afford the houses? Because remember, these are people who pay 2,000 for those houses per month.
For rent, yeah.
So if you come up with a house worth 5 million, for example, and this guy is 55 years old, amebakisha 5 years aritire, umemfukuza na familia, how do you then make him afford this house for the remaining 5 years? Those are the issues that we have. And those are the issues that make some of us stand very firm and say no. Until we are clear. Nobody would fight city owning a house. I wouldn't fight my brother who is a driver or my cousin who is a nurse owning a house. I wouldn't fight that. But remember, I have a future in politics in this country. I don't want to ever be asked questions that I cannot answer. So I would rather stand for what I know and what I believe in. So for Governor Matangi to say, no, I'm not handing over this piece of land until I get it clear, and until I go to the County Assembly of Kiambu and get clearance, for me, I think he's doing what he's supposed to be doing. But unfortunately, this is Kenya. You say no to such a request,
Kichapo.
You suffer the consequences.
Now, as we conclude this discussion, just a quick request. For those who are watching and you have not yet subscribed, please consider subscribing. To our returning subscribers, I must say thank you so much. And again, to all our viewers, please give this video a thumbs up. Thank you so much, and back to this discussion. Now, according to Wamuchomba, the move by national government to force county government to hand over land is scandalous and land grabbing. Indeed, she's right. Because there is no any legal framework for handing over this land. And the role of the landowner end up at the time when he processes a title deed and hand over that title deed to William Ruto, who then end up handing over to a private developer. Ruto amekuwa president ambaye ako na mawazo ya kuwa mashamba ya county government. Na tuko na 47 county governments. Imagine anakuwa mashamba kwa 47 counties across the country. Niambie, the value of that land iko nayo, inaenda wapi? There's nothing that the governor is going to earn or the county government is going to benefit after handing over the title deed. Lakini shamba imetafutwa na county government ambayo ni baadhi ya shamba ya serikali. What should happen is that private developers should come they look for a place. If they are convinced with this place is the right one, wahamisha watu na watu walipe mashamba yao kabla hawajahamishwa. Then from there they can continue with developing that land, and then wauzie wana inchi mashamba manyumba. Lakini pia mambo ya 1.5% house levy ni wizi, ukora na unyang'anyi. Ndio maana Wamchomba anasema it is scandalous. Hiyo pesa Ruto akisaka kusanya, anapea private developer ama zinaenda wapi? Na kama anapea private developer hizo pesa, na pia achukue shamba ampe ya bure yote mawili, pesa na shamba la bure, hiyo nyumba watauza shilingi ngapi? Na zile ambazo zimeshajengwa tayari wameuzwa kwa pesa ngapi? They are more expensive in square meter in the pricing compared to other private developers. So why give free land? If this is not land grabbing, if this is not just taking by force from people, if this is not scandalous, what name can we give it? So the information is clear from Wamchomba. Ruto akimaliza miaka 5 kwa ofisi, atakuwa ameiba mashamba kwa county 47. Wafanya ukora yao na wauze, and they are the sole beneficiaries of all this. But we end up getting nothing. I think that's the way Wamchomba want to put it, and this is the truth. We must say no, as simple as that.